be seated. Good morning and welcome to the 20th National Convention of Lawyers with the theme From Milestones to Horizons, Strengthening the Future of the Legal Profession. To begin our program, may we invite the National President of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, Attorney Antonio Pido, to give his welcome remarks.
Please be seated. His Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., the Honorable Chief Justice Alexander Aguirre, the Honorable Alexander Gesmundo, sorry. Naging retro tuloy ang pangalan. The Honorable Governor of Cebu, Governor Gwen Garcia, the Honorable Secretary of Tourism, Cristina Garcia Frasco, to all the members of the Cabinet who are with the President, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Our National Convention of Lawyers here today, with about 4,000 lawyers in attendance from all over the country, is indeed our convention is indeed fortunate and significant. Fortunate because we are honored with the presence of no less than His Excellency, the President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. On a personal note, I also feel fortunate and honored that during my term as National President of the Integrated Bar, our convention is graced by the President of the Philippines. His Excellency's presence here with us has given more significance to our gathering because through his message to be delivered before us, our organization will be given guidance in terms of direction, advocacies, and priorities. We feel confident that with His Excellency's support, the Integrated Bar of the Philippines shall succeed in discharging its public responsibilities and productively assist in strengthening our legal and judicial system. Again, in behalf of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines and the 4,000 lawyers gathered here today, it is my distinct honor to welcome to the largest convention of lawyers, His Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Attorney Pido. And now, may we call on the Secretary of the Department of Tourism, Attorney Cristina Garcia Frasco, for her message and introduction of our guest of honor.
Mayong buntag kaninyong tanan. His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo, and all the justices of the Supreme Court, Governor Gwen Garcia of the Province of Cebu, IBP National President Attorney Antonio Pido, and other officials and distinguished members of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. I am honored to welcome you all to the 20th National Convention of Lawyers, organized by the IBP. I'm especially grateful that this year's event is being held in my home province and city of Cebu, where history, heritage, and hospitality are woven into the fabric of our culture, making every visit here a truly memorable and unique experience. Daghang salamat, IBP, ug malipayong pag-abot sa Cebu. The presence of our beloved President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., here today speaks volumes about the vital importance of the legal profession in the pursuit of peace and prosperity for our nation. His leadership, underscored by a deep commitment to social justice and equitable development, reinforces the crucial role that lawyers play in the shared aspiration that binds us together to live in a truly just and equitable society. Thank you, Mr. President, for honoring the over 4,000-strong lawyers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao who are here today. Your presence, along with the distinguished justices of the Supreme Court, led by Chief Justice Alexander Hesmundo, our local government unit, led by Governor Gwen Garcia, fills us all with hope and assurance, knowing that you have placed the legal profession at the heart of your administration's efforts to build a stronger and more resilient Philippines. As we reflect on the immense contributions of lawyers, we must also recognize how indispensable they are to one of the most vital sectors of our economy, tourism. Lawyers ensure that the rights of communities are protected, laws are respected, and the beauty of our destinations is sustained, not only through legal advocacy, but through your unwavering commitment to the welfare of our stakeholders. In a significant step towards empowering our tourism frontliners, the Department of Tourism and the IBP have signed a memorandum of agreement to provide free legal aid to those who serve our nation's tourism industry. This initiative ensures that the men and women at the front lines of the tourism sector have the support that they need to continue to provide a welcoming and thriving tourism sector to visitors from around the world. To further amplify this effort, the DOT and IBP will soon launch a privilege card for IBP members, which encourages domestic tourism, provides incentives for IBP members to stay and dine in DOT-accredited establishments, and invites our fellow Filipinos to experience the unparalleled beauty and diversity of our country. The partnership between the Department of Tourism and the IBP exemplifies the unifying power of tourism and the value of collaboration and shared responsibility in nurturing a sustainable and inclusive future for our nation. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagtambayayong aron nga mas mulambo pa ang turismo sa Pilipinas. And now, it is my distinct honor to introduce the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much, Secretary Attorney Cristina Garcia Frasco. Please be seated. The Chief Justice Alex Gesmundo, and the Honorable Justices of the Supreme Court, Cebu Provincial Governor Gwen Garcia, officials and members of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, led by our National President, Attorney Antonio Pido, fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is an honor and a pleasure, and with a little trepidation, that I stand before you today, because you are our agents of justice, who, whether by choice and necessity, have dared to be able to go through voluminous tomes, read through 100-page contracts without falling asleep. And that alone deserves already applause. But let me tell you, as president, I am going to give you a run for your money. Just last month, I had to read 4,057 pages of the General Appropriations Act for 2025. Because I reviewed it, analyzed it, and yes, in parts, vetoed it. And so for those of you, and up to now, I cannot find those damned blank items. We'll keep looking, but I really am convinced that they simply do not exist because it is not allowed to exist. So for those of you who think the presidency is just handshakes, photo ops, I assure you that fine print is alive in my office as well. Today, at the 20th National Convention of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, or IBP, you convene to reflect on the critical role that you play in shaping the legal landscape of our nation. There is no better moment than this to reaffirm our shared commitment to the rule of law, a commitment to ensuring that justice remains the bedrock upon which our democracy stands strong and unshaken. This year's theme, From Milestones to Horizons, Strengthening the Future of the Legal Profession, is both a rallying call and a profound challenge. I have always held deep respect for your profession, not only because of its role in our society, but also because of the examples set by the lawyers that have surrounded me all my life. To begin with my father, all of those who assisted him during his time in government, and to the point that I married a lawyer, my wife, Lisa. I have seen through her how lawyers devote yourselves to mentoring aspiring lawyers, also championing free legal clinics, providing assistance to the underserved. These actions remind us that beyond the intellect and skill required by law, it is compassion and service that truly defines the essence of this noble profession. I also learned a valuable lesson very early on, one that I carry with me to this day. Never argue with your wife, especially if she is a lawyer. It is not a debate you will ever win, because for a layman, we sit there and you begin to feel the application of trial technique, something which we are not too accustomed with. So what starts as a simple yes-no question eventually transforms into, it depends. And before you know it, you are knee-deep in case law, precedent, and a cross-examination that you did not sign up for. But on a more serious note, she has shown me the incredible depth and nuance of the law and the minds that practice it. In this era of technological advancement, economic transformation, and global interdependence, you stand at the forefront of an unprecedentedly dynamic and therefore challenging landscape. The emergence of issues such as cybercrime, data privacy, and the ethical use of artificial intelligence presents not only technical dilemmas, but moral ones as well. And therefore, they demand our continued commitment to protect human dignity in an increasingly digital world. The recent adoption of the Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability is a significant step forward, a declaration that the highest ethical standards must guide every member of the legal community. The task before us now is to ensure that this code becomes the very foundation of how our lawyers live and practice. Equally pressing is the existential challenge of our time, and that is climate crisis. This is no longer an abstract threat that is spoken about at the high levels of science. It is a reality that jeopardizes the very survival of future generations. Your field plays a vital role in this endeavor, crafting and upholding stronger environmental policies that protect our shared home, developing the concept of environmental justice. By doing so, you safeguard the rights of today and preserve the dreams and dignity of those that will follow us. Strengthening the legal profession, however, demands more than responding to crises. It also requires reinforcing your field's very foundations: education, continuous learning. The next generation of lawyers must be prepared to meet the challenges of this ever-changing world. And so the 3,962 new lawyers, welcome to the front lines of justice. Your journey begins now. And that journey, with it, a tremendous opportunity is granted you to shape a society that is fairer, more equitable, more inclusive. As the legal profession evolves, so too must our learning institutions. Law schools must continually adapt to the demands of the times by refining their curricula, integrating emerging fields, and ensuring a seamless blend of legal theory and real-world application. The revised model curriculum of the Basic Law program already sets the stage by incorporating human rights law and international law at its core. And yet our challenge is to ensure that these principles are not confined to the pages of textbooks or the halls of courtrooms, but are lived and breathed, always guided by the Constitution and the values that it upholds. As members of the legal community, you are in the most fitting position to safeguard that Constitution, that living document that embodies our collective aspiration and that binds us together as a people. A decade ago, the Philippine Constitution Association awarded me the title of the Great Protector of the Constitution. When I accepted the award, I could not help but marvel at the irony, a non-lawyer entrusted with such a lofty title. But that is the beauty of democracy and the enduring power of our Constitution. It allows even the most unexpected candidates, like a layman myself, to play a role in protecting its principles. And there lies the heart of the matter. Being a vanguard of the Constitution transcends political affiliation, family legacy, profession. At its core, it is about ensuring that justice is more than just an ideal written on paper. It is about ensuring that it exists in the real world, in the lives of every ordinary citizen. In this light, we must embrace a simple but profound truth. The law must serve all Filipinos, not just a privileged few. Justice must find its way to the margins where it is most needed, reaching the underserved, the unseen, the unheard. After all, the Constitution is meant to be wielded with purpose and compassion, especially for those who need it the most. Initiatives such as the Unified Legal Aid Service rules, which require lawyers to render at least 60 hours of pro bono legal aid every 3 years for indigent Filipinos, is very commendable. Equally notable are the IBP's tireless efforts to provide legal assistance. Legal assistance is provided both here and abroad, bringing us closer to a justice system that serves everyone. The launch of additional secure justice hubs in August 2022 and March of 2023 has also been pivotal in bridging the gap between marginalized communities and the justice that they deserve but seldom see. By embracing technology and championing alternative dispute resolution, the IBP has ensured that fairness and efficiency in legal remedies are accessible to all Filipinos. No less significant is the pro bono portal introduced by the same institution in April of last year. This digital platform has redefined the delivery of legal aid, offering free courtroom representation, legal counseling, document preparation, and developmental legal assistance to the disadvantaged. Along with these initiatives, the IBP conducts bench and bar dialogues which foster collaboration amongst judges, justices, prosecutors, practicing lawyers, and enhancing in the process the legal processes that we are using. This administration remains your partner, in nurturing the environment where our lawyers excel, where justice is swift, where it is fair, where it is impartial, and where the rule of law remains the cornerstone of all progress. Towards this end, we have enacted 14 new laws establishing additional first and second level courts across the country, bringing justice closer to our people. And as we move forward, I encourage everyone to enrich your commitment to truth and to fairness. Embrace the highest standards of professionalism and embody the ideals of integrity and of service. United by this shared vision of equity, let us build the bagong Pilipinas, where the rule of law reigns supreme, where peace and security shape every community, and where every Filipino enjoys the enduring gifts of liberty. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. At this juncture, may we request the President to grant a photo opportunity. May we invite on stage the Supreme Court Justices. And may we request the IBP Board of Governors to please prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, may we request the IBP Board of Governors to please proceed to the stage. And may we request the IBP National Officers to please prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your left. And now, may we invite on stage the IBP National Officers. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Finally, may we request the President, together with the Chief Justice and the stage party, to grant a group photo with all of our guests. May we request them to proceed downstairs. We request all the guests to please stand up for this photo opportunity.
Again, may request everyone to please stand. You may proceed to the center of the floor. Thank you. All right, at the count of 3, Mr. President. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, Mr. President. That concludes our program with the President. We would like to thank the President for gracing the 20th National Convention of Lawyers. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.